Coming back to this, the future, I think you all should chart out what do you want for the future. I can have my own views on this. I think, first of all, we should go back to the constitution of the country. I believe in our constitution. And the constitution has mapped out all the guarantees for our people and have set up the systems that could determine that we will have a good society with an effective government. And I think if we are able to stick to all those provisions of the Constitution, I think we'll be well on to prosperity and peace. But the deviation from all this do give us hiccups and problems. And that's why we have instability within our midst, because of the tempering of those special features which are provided in the Constitution, which cause a lot of worries to a lot of our people, which I consider unnecessary. So most importantly, I think we need to reform Parliament, so that Parliament will not only bring people in to participate once every 5 years when we have our general election. I think Parliament should be a working Parliament, so that people will be consulted freely and regularly, as they do in some countries like the United States. They have Senate hearings, they have congressional meetings, and people are being called in to give their views, so that there'll be more participation from members of the public in the affairs of the state. And similarly, the judiciary, I think, ought to be reformed, because people feel that the judiciary now is just the workhorse of the executive, which shouldn't be the case. I think the judiciary should be independent and should interpret laws in order to ensure that justice is done. And I think that must be assured in order to provide not only stability, but assurances for the poor, so that they are forever protected. And I think if we are able to ensure that justice prevails in all our dealings with the public, then I think we will have greater stability in our society. Then, of course, when you talk of government, you talk of spending money for development and all that. That is the case in a developing society like ours. And large sums of money are put out to provide infrastructural services for the people. And at a large expense are being used to, and these are money collected from taxpayers. But oftentimes this money is stolen, and because of abuse of some of the people who are very greedy, who are very self-centered and very selfish, a lot of these things that are intended for the people are not implemented properly. So you hear of bridges collapsing, stadiums, runtuh, all kinds of things, you know, school labs disappearing. All these are because of works being done in a shabby manner, and money being stolen, not put to good use to provide facilities for the people. So I think we have to catch the bull by the horns, as you have said in your letter to me. And I think you should do it. And in some countries, they put spies in government departments, you know. And I think young people like you should be appointed as spies in government departments to spy on people, so that they don't steal, they don't conspire to do things which are damaging to society and to all of us. Every cent is very important, because that is taxpayers' money. And I think we should be more careful about spending public money. Lastly, I'd like to say that there should be more programs to promote unity, to promote coherence, to promote cooperation between peoples of the country from various regions, various races, various religious denominations. Why not? I think we can do that. And we should start with all of you. If the others ignore you, you can go ahead and do it, because you form the majority of the population. Those below 40 numbers more than 60% of our population. Do you know that? You are really big, you know. You wield such fantastic influence in this country of ours. And I think if you can resolve to change, I think you can do it through your various organizations which can influence the thinking of the people. And I hope you will do it as a challenge. And I think you will regard this as something very urgent if you really want change. Thank you.